Hello world,
This is Shea Cohen.
and this is Hannah Kleidermacher. We added features to the world we built for Project 3 that gives the user the ability to win and lose the game.
The creative mechanisms we implemented for gold points include the following: the ability to collect keys, opening the locked door, and the minigames. The minigames include Unscramble the Word, Hangman, and the Memory Game. The game begins on the start screen where the user can first assign his or her avatar, or they can use a default one. When designing the avatar, the user should click V, and then they must click the character they wish to represent their avatar, the color that the avatar is presented as, and the background color of that square. So, for example, if I press the percentage sign, R, and then W, I should have, when we begin the game, a red percentage sign on a white background. So in order to start the game, you press N, and then you can answer any random seed, and then press S to start the game. You'll notice that instead of the typical avatar, we have a red percentage sign on a white background. As per Project 3 spec, a pseudo-random world is created. The world consists of a series of rooms connected by hallways. The room is generated pseudo-randomly.
Pseudo-randomness refers to apparent randomness. Our world is pseudo-random because while its setup appears to be completely random, in reality, the world's final form is determined procedurally by the seed's value. It is this process that allows for the user to save and load maps, since using a particular seed results in the same world every time. We use these pseudo-random numbers to generate a random number of rooms, each of a random height and width. We placed each room in a random location and then connected them with a series of hallways. The avatar and the creative mechanisms were also pseudo-randomly inserted into the world.
In one of these rooms, there is a locked door. The user must collect three keys. The keys are earned by playing the minigames. Each of the ollie-colored tiles represent a minigame. There exist 5 such tiles: the mountains, the flower, and the grass. When the user steps into one of these interactions, they will be presented with one of the 3 minigames that allow the user to win a key. But be warned, once a game is played, it is gone. If you don't earn that key, you won't have the chance to re-earn it. But there exist 5 total games in each world, so the user can lose up to 2 games and still acquire enough keys to win.
Once a world, such as this one, is generated, it's time to play. To play, you control as follows. You click A to move left, D to move right, W to move up, and S to move down. And as you can see, we can't move into walls. And if you move to any oddly colored tile, then you will play a minigame. So for example, let's head into the grass right here. Once we enter the grass, we enter the word scramble game.
The scramble minigame, like most elements of the game, are produced pseudo-randomly. The constructor for the game is fed a number determined by the seed entered into the world originally. Using this, the game randomly chooses a word from a list of other words and randomly scrambles the world. It then waits for the user to enter a word of the same length. So for example, this word is Ronin. So if I enter the word Ronin, it will give me a key and bring me back to the world.
And then if we move along in the game, we can go to the flowers. If you enter the flowers, you start playing Hangman. So if we guess, for example, Q. Q is not in this word, so we lose a life. But if you keep pressing Q and you keep guessing Q, you won't lose more lives because you've already guessed Q. And you can see, guess A, that's also not in there. So we lost another life. I pressed T, and so T works, so I think this word might be Troy. So I am pressing T, R, O, Y, and we won. As you can see, we have another key. So we have 2 out of the necessary keys to win. Now, if we navigate the realm further, we will find a mountain. And here lies another minigame. This minigame is memory. So first, I'll run through the game and I'll give a brief explanation. That displays a letter really quickly, and you have to memorize the letter that shows up and repeat it. And as you continue in that minigame, the sequence of letters shown becomes longer and longer. And you'll win if you get past 4 rounds and in that case you'll get a key. But because I lost that game, I didn't get a key.
But since there are 5 games, we still have the opportunity to win the game, to win the 3rd key by playing one of the 2 games that are left. We now have 3 keys. So we'll head over to the locked door, and we can now unlock the door since we have enough keys. Once we step on top of the locked door, we'll enter through the locked door and win the game.
Yay, congrats, you just won.
However, it's also possible to lose. We'll now show you an example of a game that's lost.
So we just showed you what it's like to win a game, and now we're going to show you what it's like to lose a game. But before that, you'll notice that we already have a key one. That's because we played a memory game and we won it. Okay, so we're going to play this hangman game and see if we can win it. I guess E. Okay. O. Oh, okay, nice. So we guessed it right. And now we have 2 keys and 2 attempts left. So now we're going to try to lose the game. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go to the grass where we have our scramble. That looks like it could be
Troy. But we won't type Troy. We'll try a random word instead.
banana. Oh, or that. And now we're going to move
all the way to the last hangman game. And when we lose this, we will have lost the game. So although this is probably harp,
we're gonna click all the wrong letters. Like, what letter should I press, Shay?
Q, W, X, Z, E.
Oh, and we lost. So there you go. There you have it, folks. We just lost the game. Those were some examples of
Winning and losing the game.
Yep, and winning and losing mini games.
And what we implemented for Project 3 and our gold points. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching.